Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. You can see I'm in the green room. How about that? Actually, it is green. Um, and I just wanted to chat with you guys for a little bit. I'm trying to get just a little bit done working on the computer. And I want to holler at you guys and say, hey, see how y'all are doing. It is just an impromptu chat, so I'm not going to be here, but just for a few minutes, unless something drastic happens, because I'm out of town doing a little bit of work, as you can see, from the hotel room, and wanted to see how you guys were doing. What all has been going on, man? There's this thing that's coming up. You guys might not have heard about it. It's called Christmas. So we've been doing a whole bunch of stuff around the property and the household, getting everything ready for Christmas. Still trying to do a little bit of work to stay gainfully employed through the holidays, because that is one of the big things that we do. What else is happening? Not a whole lot. Just like I said, working. I've got a lot of thoughts and ideas on stuff that's going on. Probably not going to talk a whole lot about this stuff on the channel tonight, because I want to keep it kind of light and upbeat. And so once we get a few more people in here, I will throw out suggestions for topics for us to talk about. Nothing too crazy. How about like women in politics and that kind of stuff, and religion? Those are all safe topics. Hey, Christy, how you doing? Those are all safe topics to talk about. Christy, what would you like to talk about tonight, since you are the first one officially in here? What would you like to talk about, Christy? Awful quiet. She might not still be here. Well, that's okay. We will keep hanging on, and we will throw out the line and troll a little bit more for a few more people. I'm reading, Christy. Yes, absolutely. Everything is kind of down here lately. It's going to be an interesting first of the year too, Christy. Because I think they're holding out to wait and give us both barrels after Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I think that is what usually happens, but we'll see. We'll see. And as long as we are set aside and have planned and done the good stuff, they can't affect us that much, honestly. Do you do a whole lot of prepping, Christy, without violating OPSEC? Would you consider yourself a prepper? It's interesting because when I first started doing this kind of stuff back in the 90s, it was mainly guys that did it. And And then it has been shifting to where a lot more women are involved in doing it, not just for themselves, for their family as well. And it's interesting to see how I understand. Yeah. Hey, BC, what are you up to, dude? I hope everything's going okay with you. Hey, Redneck Prepper, how you doing? Um, I was just throwing this out there, and Christy had popped up, and so I was going to let Christy, since she popped up first. Hey, buddy. Um, I was going to let her set the tone by asking her what she would like to talk about tonight, as far as politics, religion, all the good, safe stuff, and just see where we go. We got a few minutes to kill, and I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I don't want to keep anybody away too long because I know this is holidays, and we got a lot going on. And if Christy doesn't feel like throwing up a comment there, we'll spin the wheel and see what we get. Actually, one good topic might be just the availability of products and supplies in our areas. I'm here in central Alabama. Well, I'm up here in eastern Tennessee right now. And good stuff, Christy. And that's one thing that we're watching and looking at and everything and getting all the stuff for the grandkids. Because that's really, me and my wife, the Hooch, we have, gosh, it turns out we've been together for like 16 years now, something like that, something crazy. Um, I didn't mean to let it go on that long, but she kind of grew on me. And, but it's amazing, just the grandkids actually are the main focus around the holidays and everything. Skip the kids, the kids are okay, but the grandkids are all what does it. That's kind of funny stuff. One thing we have been seeing is down in central Alabama, gas prices are about 25, 30 cents higher than they are here in Tennessee. And that's an interesting thing. I'm curious to see what's going on. I have heard whispers from all of my the other people I know that there are things that are going to be happening after the first of the year to let people get through the holidays without raising a ruckus. That'd be a nice way to say it. So that is something that we are looking at. $3.10 a gallon in Texas. Yeah, it's interesting that Tennessee is a lot cheaper than where I live, and I live about 40 miles off of a main interstate, and we are in a I guess that's a word, more poor county, in Bibb County, and it is probably higher than most other places I've seen. But I have since noticed that seems to be the way. So I don't know. BC, would you be willing to sell that spam top that you have? I imagine you could get a pretty penny for that thing. I cannot believe all the people that we know and the people that we know that have these 3D printers, they have not started making spam caps. Yeah, that's what I thought. To all the people who have the 3D printers, for the love of God, start printing spam caps. I'd pay $5 for one. Tell you the truth. And I'd buy two, probably three. After that, I wouldn't need any more. But I tell you what, those things look dang handy. I remember 100 years ago when I was younger, in my 20s, they sold them that way here in Alabama. And you just pop the cap back on there. I have not seen them in a long time. I didn't know you were in Central Alabama, Christy. If you need something or anything, holler. I split my time. 20 days I'm in Alabama. I live in Alabama. And then 10 days I work up here in Tennessee in Chattanooga. And so it's kind of split in between. There's a group that you could look at if you're not quite sure about Tennessee, where at in Tennessee yet. She has a podcast, Nicole Sauce, Living Free in Tennessee. And oh, I am so sorry, Christy. You're in Jefferson County. We moved down to Bibb. It's called. You might know about the history of it. It's called Bloody Bibb because back during the Civil War and after the Civil War, they hung so many people. I kind of like that kind of an area. Hormel, and the reason they stopped making lid is because they don't want to be stored in the can after opening it. Well, aren't they just uppity? Huh. Hey, Sheila. Well, dadgummit. I can understand the liability. Southwest Tennessee. We got delayed with sister. I understand. Southwest Tennessee. Okay. Well, it's okay. Well, I am glad. I love Tennessee for the fact that Tennessee and Texas, there is no state income tax. I like that. That appeals to me. The only reason we're still in Alabama actually is for the grandkids. And once they are a little bit older, we will be looking to move on if I'm not dead. Southwest Tennessee. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. So what do y'all think? Okay. Is going to be happening after the first of the year? Do they really, BC? I did not know that. It's funny, as soon as we moved in down at our place and got it all cleaned up and put up all the fences and the privacy fences and all that nice stuff, they went up on the property taxes. They did. Of course, my property taxes, I'm going to say, yeah, thank you, Sheila. That's what BC was just saying. I'm going to say in Alabama, my property taxes, and again, I'm in Bibb County, and it's one of the more poor counties. My property tax is $400 350, 400, something like that. And that's about 4 acres. And they changed the value of the house to like a little bit over, let's say 220, something like that. After we moved in, we bought it. And it's public knowledge. I think we bought it for 170, and we went in and made a bunch of improvements. And dang, redneck prepper. And then they bumped ours. Yeah, because ours was 280. I want to say 280, and then it hit 400. Sorry, Doc. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. Beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. Doc is one of our patrons, and he is grumbling at me because I was talking to him offline a while ago, and I to be doing a live stream. Sorry, Doc. I got back to the hotel and I thought, since I'm going to be heading out in the morning, I'll go ahead and pack up. And I thought, well, heck, while I'm packing up, I might as well do a live stream because this is the best internet connection I have living down in the woods. Okay, guys, what do you think is going to happen after the first of the year regarding the president-in-chief? And we're not going to talk about jabs or anything like that. No house, 8.4 acres. That's nice. That's a good. That's a nice amount. Yeah. That's a good amount. You could do something with that. I'm actually looking for a little bit more down in Alabama. If we'll probably stay down. I don't know. If we do stay down there, it'll be nice. But I want to get. It's not like I can afford it. I'm going to have to do some creative stuff. I'd like to get like 40 acres and use that as kind of my testing ground for all my ideas and stuff I want to do as far as land and permaculture and everything like that. Of course, I don't need that much. The hooch is adamant that I cannot touch the front yard. Our front yard is 2 acres, and it is not that grass. It's not grass. It's just green stuff. And but she always said that she wanted to have a nice yard with grass. Much will change, not right away. We'll get some differences as press. Okay, I'm reading. I think that we use the latest bug slowly. Locks down in order to facilitate mass mail-in ballots or stuff with Dems that want to. Interesting. I think, Sheila, I agree with you. I think it is just going to be a long, slow grind, and it will just continue until this crazy stuff is just normal. You're not wearing your mask. Gosh, doesn't that feel weird? Kind of thing. I've been listening to, and Christy, yes, ma'am. The inflation rate is going to really, really hurt. We've been paying off as much as we can. It's not like we got a lot of money, but like I even sold all the stuff that I have and I played with and I didn't use, like my 4-wheeler. I got on it once a month and rode around, and I sold it and paid it off, or paid it off and sold it, and just to get out from under that debt. It's just one of the big scary things that we're trying to eliminate. for us, for me and the hooch, personally, is to eliminate as much debt as we can. And now, mind you, we're not, we're not eating, dried beans and rice or anything like that. We're still living like we normally do, but we're very cautious with what we're doing as far as our money and spending and everything. I have been doing a little bit as far as cryptocurrency. What little bit I know, I don't know much about it, but I have uh, been setting aside stuff like that. And as much as investing in the stuff that we do, we bought the bicycles and all that stuff, and we don't live too far from town, so that would be something that we would do. And it's just we had been looking at buying another vehicle because mine, I'm hitting I'm hitting 250,000 on my car, and I travel all over the southeast in it, and it doesn't bother me. I've got AAA, and and I'm comfortable, so it does not bother me. I try to keep the hooch in a fairly new one because she has the grandkids, and that's my biggest concern. Um, but there comes a time when you're just trying to think. This past month, I bought a new battery. Everything's gotten a lot more expensive. I bought 3 tires and a battery for my car, and it was like, I understand, Doc. Yeah, I understand completely. BC, all you can afford is silver, brass, and lead. Yes, sir. That's a good way. Yep, absolutely. Copper jacketed lead is a good investment to look into. Um, do y'all guys ever think they really will come for our guns and our ammo and all the other stuff? Sometimes I think yes, and sometimes I think no. And there was a time if I had certain guns that were attached to me, I got rid of them and swapped them for guns that weren't attached to me. I don't know if that was just me overreaching or anything like that, but it seems that could be happening. I don't know. I look at Australia, um, or I look at Germany, Australia, and see how they went. And gosh, Australia, they did their gun buyback in yeah. Um, what year did they do the gun? Stop the gun purchases in Australia? 1990s, in the 90s. I wanted to say they started that strong buyback of guns and everything. Christy, I think most will be acceptable of it as long as it doesn't mess up their television. Uh, but there's always going to be a few holdouts. of us. Sheila, I'm reading in the blue states, and then see how that goes before they continue. Almost like a litmus test. Okay, Sheila, that's interesting. Could very well be. I'm asking your guys' opinion. I'm not, I'm not going to do the run and talk on this one tonight. I'm just curious as to see what y'all are thinking about, and how everything is, what you're feeling, uh, the way everything is going, especially around the holidays and everything. I had heard that they are really walking on eggshells. They being big government. 96. Thank you, Sheila. I knew it was in the mid 90s, but I couldn't get the date. I couldn't remember the year. And and then they allowed certain guns for home defense and hunting, and then it chopped it in half and chopped it in half and chopped it in half. And now they have tanks in the streets in Melbourne and everything. Tiger PC 9mm Charger. Yes, sir. I've got I've got the Ruger PC carbine, and I have been looking at the Ruger Charger as well. I like it. I likes it a lot because you can use 3 different magazines depending on the insert that you put in it, and um, oh gosh, what is the name of the company that provides magazines? It begins with an M. Um, oh dang it! They have a polymer stock set up for. I must be getting old. A polymer stock set up for the Ruger 9mm carbine. Can't remember the name of it. And it's like 150 bucks. And then they said that later on they'd be coming out with some really nice hardware for the Ruger PC charger. Magpul, thank you, Watchman. Thank you very much. Glad you're here too, buddy. And I hope you were able to get some information. Your lab ate my guns. I understand. Yeah, it was terrible. Um, but yes, Magpul has a fantastic uh, polymer frame, and it is wonderful. And they said they're coming out with one for the PC charger also. I think with some kind of collapsible stock attachment or something like that. So I've been looking forward to seeing that later. But yeah, and the hydroponics and the algae. Now we're talking earlier today. I was actually going to do a video and mention you in it. But while you're here, that was work. Okay. While you're here, thanks. I enjoyed the comments, and it's nice to talk to somebody because whenever I do a video about the hydroponics, and I know people don't look at me, they still think, that's Murray Mayhem, and he blows crap up and wrecks stuff and races lawnmowers. Yes, but I also like hydroponics, and so it's I enjoyed talking with you about that. And if I find a solution for an extreme algae bloom, I will let you know because I'm going to be digging around to find out something else as well that won't kill your plants while you have them in the nutrient tanks. We've been on here for 30 minutes. What guns don't have any registered guns? No, guns are scary. They make me nervous. I was talking to, oh gosh, and if you guys don't know him, or subscribe to his channel. I don't see him on here tonight. Salty Shellback. BC knows him very well. But if you don't know Salty Shellback, you should subscribe to his stuff because he does all kinds of crazy stuff, and he has some really good videos on shooting. And he was doing something, can't remember what calibers he had out. And I said, those are just those black scary guns, and I need to get my safe space so I can cry. And then he said, well, don't forget your crying blanket. And I thought, it's pretty good stuff. Yeah, we'll figure that out. I can get some algaecide stuff. I just don't know how. You always want to. You don't want to use a hammer when you could use a hummingbird. I guess let's look at it that way, because I could use a hammer on the whole thing, and I can clear everything up, and it would kill everything. Or I can just use a hummingbird, just let it touch it, and clean it up that way. So I try to be as non-lethal in my growth systems as I can, because right now, I hate to say it, guys, December's over. Let's say December's over. It is. We're at the end of the damn month. Now, except you're attack. Yeah, he's Vietnamese. Yes, BC, I see the resemblance completely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think you're thinner, though, than he is. But we're at January, let's say. Might as well. So here in the Deep South, when I'm in the Deep South, we can start putting stuff out in February. So I have 30 days plus maybe 15 days. So I have 45 days to get my seed started. So right now we are in grow season, and then it comes to shrubs. I got trees we just bought. We just bought a whole bunch of trees. Me and Hooch did, and started getting ready to have some more work done around the property, and then put them on fence lines. Here's something. People start talking to you about climate change and everything. Ask them how many trees have they planted, and that seems to shut people up. I am a firm believer in climate change because the climate is changing. It's been changing for thousands of years. It absolutely has been. And while I cannot agree with my sister, she's a socialist. She lives in Scotland. And while I cannot believe in the exact things that she does, we can both agree that it sure can't hurt if you plant trees, deciduous or or evergreen, and if you picked up all your garbage, you can agree on something. It's just you have to find it. Hang on. Doc Falca, I think it's going to be a late spring, winter. Planted light greens. BC, I have some, but I'm not trusting them right now. So I actually have a lot of stuff planted inside. Onions and a lot of different herbs and everything. Garlic, I've got it planted inside in my basement. I'm trying to think. Yeah. Lots of herbs as well as I've got tomatoes coming in downstairs in the basement in the grow system. They're about 16 inches tall, and they're getting ready to fruit. So the tomatoes, I think they're Brandywines. So it's just something that I have been playing with. we're going to, one of the things that we're going to do, I'll keep it brief because I know you guys want to go. We're thinning down our chicken herd. We had like 89 chickens. I've been slaughtering chickens. Actually, I hollered at BC the other day and told him his dinner skinner was fantastic for butchering chickens. Cut them either side, the neck, without getting too graphic. Hang them upside down, cut them on either side, cut around the vent, cut the wing tips at the joints, cut the neck at the joint, cut the knees at the joint. You're done. Well, cut around the vent, pull everything out, scrape it, clean it, rinse, and you're all done. Devil's weed. I wish I had devil's weed. Sadly, BC, I'm too old for devil's weed. I have to stick with basil and tomatoes down in the basement. I want to have pepper plants too down there. Year-round pepper plants. Yeah, those things are great. But that's working pretty good. We're going to thin down to about 20 or 30 chickens. We're getting a new incubator because mine failed so much this past fall. We're going to get another one that's completely automated, and it has a better heater from what I've read. Then we'll start over with chickens, but we're still going to have about 25 or 30. And I'm also going to start with quail, and we're also going to do meat rabbits. And that's going to be a surprise for the hooch. Surprise! Because she doesn't know about the rabbits yet. It'll be kind of like a Christmas miracle or something. And honestly, I hope she's remembered to go down and water all the stuff in the basement. I don't have it set up on automatic watering. I have it set up for automatic timers for lights. Maybe I need to do that. Because, actually, hang on, let's call her right now. And let's see if she has remembered to water my stuff. This will be fun. I hope she's not doing anything crazy. Nope. She'll call back in a minute, maybe. Oh, well. So, I guess we're going to wrap it up. I didn't mean to keep everybody this long, guys. Oh, hang on, there she is. Hey, what you doing? What are them yard apes doing? They still eating? My goodness. There we go. There we go. That's good. I got you on live stream. And did you remember to water my plants in the basement? There you go. There's Xander and Phoenix. Are they staying overnight? Oh, that's right. You have everybody over for dinner. Okay. Well, all right. I leave you alone. And you haven't watered my plants. Thanks. I love you. Bye. And there you go. I told you guys, that's not made up. She forgot about my plants down in the basement. So, Sylvia, your husband's going to be surprised about some quail too. I have heard that quail are very easy to harvest. I have heard that you can do it in like 8 or 10 seconds with just your hands. Or Sheila, I'm sorry, Sheila. Let me know how that goes. I have watched a few videos. I'm curious to see how it works. And yeah, Christy, it's too late. Those plants are already dead, except for the stuff in my hydroponics. Um, I've got stuff in dirt planted down there, like the big tomatoes, and I've got 5 other tomato plants that aren't doing it that well. And it's always an experiment. It's just I like trying different things and doing it different ways. And right now, I'm not starving, so now's a good time to experiment and play with this stuff. That's how I figure. Um, oh well. Back to the drawing board. The nice thing about hydroponics is it does have a reservoir. The dirt plants do not. Um, one thing I did want to mention, and I don't get anything from it or anything, and some of you might know him already. I use Ray's Little Seed Company. I think that's it. Ray, R-A-Y, Ray's Little Seed Company. He has a YouTube channel. It's Praxis 51 something. And I buy a lot of my seeds from him for very, very cheap. Most of the seeds I buy are from him are 50 cents a pack. And he puts in usually twice as many seeds as you would get commercially. The only thing is he does not sell artwork with his stuff. So you will get seeds in a small bag with the name of the seed on it. And he said before, and he's told everybody and told me, if you buy seeds from me, you know what you want and you know how to plant them. So why should I have to tell you and pay for artwork? And so, as opposed to buying like burpee seeds or other seeds that you'll pay $4.50 for a pack for, which I have paid $4.50 a pack for heirloom, non-GMO, blah blah blah, whatever. And I think his most expensive pack of seeds is $1.03. And I have bought a lot of seed from him, and it's good seed. It's fresh. It's not anything stockpiled over the year, so it's really good seed. I think you guys would be very satisfied. And like I said, he doesn't know me from anybody. You could mention Mayhem Country Living, and he might remember me because I sent him a couple of good ratings and reviews. That leafy stuff smelled so bad. It's what did they call it? Skunky. Skunky was what they called it. And yeah. Holy cow, Doc. Yeah. Hey, Todd, what are you doing? Holy cow. Getting gas for $1.89 a gallon. Found a Kroger $2.89 a gallon discount, $1.89. Put it off 35. You go. You win the damn prize today, dude. That's pretty good. That's dang good right there. Yeah, you can't beat that. And you know, of course, y'all all know how to store it. That'll last a year. That'll last a year without doing anything to it, really. Yeah, that's dang good. Yeah, you did good, Todd. That's good. One thing that I have done, I've gone on Facebook Marketplace. Well, back when I did Facebook, and I asked people to give me their old propane tanks, and I have a lot of 20-pound propane tanks, and I have to attribute that to BC because I saw his uh, I saw the way he was trying to do it, and he told me about that. So I got to tip my hat to BC for that. Uh, yep. In Alabama, I filled up 4 or 5 tanks right after Thanksgiving, and the 20-pound tanks, and I filled them up all the way. I'm gonna say it was 2.92 a gallon, and he gave me kind of a bulk rate, so it was. I mean, it was a good price. I was happy with it. That's pretty good, BC. I gotta get me a truck. You gotta get me a truck. Well, Doc, I mean, for the amount of driving that you do, yeah. Hey, Todd, one thing you might consider doing is get a couple of really good thermos containers, stainless steel thermoses. You can go watch BC's videos on thermos cooking. I did some on them as well, but BC did some. You can go watch videos on thermos cooking. You use a quarter of the amount of energy to heat it up and put it in a thermos and let it cook. Hey, Mayhar, how you doing? So that's one really good thing to do. I'm going to do a lot of thermos cooking. Um, did you guys know? And some of you may not have followed him on YouTube. He'd been on there damn near ever since YouTube. Did you guys know Jim Foreman died? I'm going to do a video about him when I get back home. He died a couple of maybe 2 weeks ago now. Jim Foreman. He did like a lot of cowboy cooking videos. He was from Texas, um, Korean War veteran. 2 solar cookers from scrap. Yeah, that's good. I've got a couple of um, solar ovens, Ram solar ovens. Yes, from Prepper Ralph. Does he still have his? Does he still have his site? I hope he's doing okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook anymore. Um, I do remember him being on MeWe. I have to get back on there. I haven't been on MeWe in a while. I've been doing a lot on Odyssey and Float. Two different things, Odyssey and then Float, Flote. I'll include some information about them. But yeah, I will holler at him. Uh, yes, actually, I don't have a pen. I will come on over. And I was going to say, if you leave an email. Hang on, I will, guys. This is my email contact here. There we go. mayhemcountryliving@gmail.com. If y'all need to holler at me, anything offline, if you wouldn't mind, you could send me. I don't have a pen with me. I'll try to remember that, and I'll get over there. Yes, but tell him I said hello. He was always very nice to me when I was 100 years ago when I was doing stuff, and he was always a really good guy. I guess, yeah, we're running out of time. I don't mean to keep you guys this dang long because we're at 52 minutes. Guys, if you have any sites or anything like that you want to post, go ahead and post them anytime while we're talking. Please feel free to post any of your websites, your podcast, your groups, and feel free to do that because I want everybody to talk to everybody else. But I will absolutely go over and look at him on MeWe, mate. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes to finish up. That's good, Todd, to have those extra the filters for the Mr. Buddies, and then the filling orifices as well. I've got several of them. My Walmart had them priced. Normally they're like 18, 20 bucks, and they had them priced for $2. And so I bought everyone had, which they had like four or five, and so I've got them in the basement. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Watch the news. Those little diesel heaters do pretty good because you can flop back. Be careful, BC. All right, guys, I'll leave y'all alone. Y'all be careful. Be safe. Take care of your people. See you guys. Yes, let me know, Sheila. Let me find the off button. Hang on. There it is.